All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to break down a playbook for real financial peace of mind. It's all based on the amazing principles from Tony Robbins' book, Unshakeable. And look, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. Nope. This is about building a financial foundation so solid that no market storm, no crazy headline can ever shake you.
I mean, let's be honest, who hasn't felt this way? If you've ever been stressed out, confused, or just totally overwhelmed by investing in the economy, you are definitely not alone. The news, the talking heads, it all seems designed to make us feel anxious about our future. But what if? What if you could just tune out all that noise and get real, unshakable confidence? And that right there, that's the goal, to become unshakable. And I love this slide because it gets to the real heart of it. Notice something? The definition isn't a number in your bank account. It's a state of mind. It's that calm feeling, that ability to make smart moves when everyone else is freaking out. That, my friends, is true power.
So how do we get there? Well, the whole journey really starts with understanding this constant battle that's going on. It's a tug of war, really, between financial fear and financial freedom. Most people, they live over here, in fear, just reacting to every little thing. We're going to learn how to live over here, in freedom, by acting on a proven plan. You've heard all these scary-sounding words a million times, right? They get thrown around to freak you out. But let's demystify them. A correction, that's just a drop of 10% or more. A bear market, a drop of 20%. And get this, a correction happens, on average, about once a year. These aren't some kind of crazy, once-in-a-lifetime disaster. They're just part of the normal market cycle.
Okay, and this is the big mind shift. Instead of seeing a market dip as this terrible thing, we need to start seeing it for what it really is, a huge opportunity. Think of it like this. Winter comes every year. You know it's coming, you prepare for it, and you know spring is always right around the corner. Well, for a smart investor, a market crash is basically a Black Friday sale. It's when the greatest investments in the world go on a massive discount.
So if the market going down isn't the real enemy, then what is? Well, it turns out the biggest threats to our wealth are the ones that we almost never see. They're kind of like silent assassins, working in the shadows to just destroy our financial future. And here's enemy number one, hiding in plain sight. Fees. You know those sneaky, way too high fees that are lurking inside most mutual funds and 401k plans? This number, it's just staggering. The average person can lose over 150 grand to fees over their lifetime. Think about that. For some people, that's like 10 or 15 years of their hard-earned income, just gone, poof.
This is such a perfect way to picture it. Fees really are like termites. You don't see them, you don't hear them, but every single day they are silently chewing away at the foundation of your financial home. A 2% fee doesn't sound like much, does it? But over time, with compound interest working against you, it can literally eat up more than half of your potential nest egg. It's crazy. And that brings us to the second and maybe the most dangerous enemy of all. You know what it is? It's our own brain. Our human instincts, which are great for, not getting eaten by a tiger, are absolutely terrible for investing. We are hardwired to feel the pain of a loss about twice as much as the joy of a gain. And what does that lead to? The classic tragic mistake, buying high when everyone's greedy and selling low when everyone's scared. Okay, so we know the enemies, high fees and our own fear. Now, let's talk about the solution. This is what we've been building up to. It's the Unshakeable playbook, and it's built on 4 simple, timeless principles that the absolute best investors in the world swear by. And here they are, the core 4. This is your shield. First, and most important, is an obsession with not losing money. Second is something called asymmetric risk/reward. It's a fancy term that just means you look for bets where the potential win is way, way bigger than the potential loss. You risk a little to make a lot. Third, you got to keep your taxes and fees as low as humanly possible. And fourth, real, true diversification. I mean, this says it all, doesn't it? The math here is just brutal. If you lose 50% of your money, you don't just need a 50% gain to get back to where you started. You need a 100% gain, just to break even. That's why the masters are so obsessed with protecting what they have, first and foremost. And diversification, well, that's your protection. But we're not just talking about owning a few different stocks. True diversification means spreading your money across different kinds of investments, like stocks and bonds, across different markets all over the world, and even across time, by investing a little bit consistently month after month.
So this all sounds great, right? But how do you actually put the core four into action without being some kind of Wall Street genius? Well, luckily for us, there's one incredibly simple and powerful tool that lets anyone do it. And here it is, the big showdown. On one side, you've got your expensive, actively managed mutual funds. That's where some manager tries to pick winning stocks and get this, fails to beat the overall market more than 95% of the time. On the other side, you've got simple, low-cost index funds. They don't try to beat the market, they just buy the entire market, giving you all its long-term growth for almost no fees and very little tax. It's a no-brainer. To really drive home how insane the fee difference is, just look at this. Paying for a typical actively managed fund is literally like paying $120 for the exact same cup of coffee you could get down the street for $2. It makes absolutely no sense, but millions of people do it every single day without even knowing it. And this really gets to the beauty of it. With an index fund, you stop trying to find the needle in the haystack. You just buy the whole haystack. You're not gambling on one company anymore. You're making a long-term bet on the entire economy's growth and innovation. For most of us, it's the smartest, simplest, and most effective way to build wealth. Okay, so now that we have the playbook, we have the tool, it's time to talk about the most important part. Why are we even doing this? Because, let's face it, financial success isn't really about having a giant pile of money. It's about what that money can actually do for your life.
This is what it's all about. This is the real prize. True wealth is the freedom to wake up and decide how you want to spend your day. It's the peace of mind knowing that you and your family are secure. It's having choices. It's buying back your time. And maybe, most importantly, it's having the ability to make a real difference for the people and causes you love.
And this quote just sums it all up perfectly, doesn't it? At the end of the day, money is just a tool. It's fuel. It's a vehicle to help you design and actually live a magnificent, extraordinary life on your own terms. Now that is the ultimate return on investment. So I'm going to leave you with this question to really think about. Now that you have this playbook, now that you know financial peace of mind is totally within your reach, what are you going to do with it? What choices will you make? What kind of life will you build for yourself? Because that is what this is all about.